Hey, welcome back. I'm Darren. I am moving home. I'm in the middle of moving house, and I thought it would be nice to do a little studio tour of my studio before I leave it, before I pack it up. I kept meaning to do this, but this is my last chance. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and I have to pack it up in 2 days' time. I'm not here tomorrow. So it's just a really quick intro of how much space I have, and I think a good example of how little space it takes to have a functioning studio if you're lucky enough to have a little bit of space. I'm going to show you the setup. The home studio that I'm working out of was a stable for a single horse. I don't know how big it is in terms of stables. It is like, it's got no insulation, it's got no ceiling. Whenever I first moved in here a few years ago, the window was boarded up, there was hay in racks. It was dark and it was dirty. So it was really fun to turn it into a usable and creative space. And I'm going to go through things I like about my studio and things that I would try to do differently in the future. I think the first thing has to be, it's lovely. So it's great to have any space, any spare space, and I'm so grateful to have had this space to work out of. And also, I'm in the countryside, so that window looks out into a field where my polytunnel is, and where I've grown a lot of vegetables over the last couple of years. And behind that is a little stream and then another field, so it's really idyllic. And out this window currently has a skip, but there's another field out there with horses in it, and it's just really lovely. It's such a lovely place to be. I'll give you a tour. Things I don't like, first of all, is the door. I always meant to replace the door with just an old regular house door, but that's still the barn door that was on and the top has been closed in. And if you've seen any other videos and you've heard an occasional banging sound, it's the door. So I latch it with a bit of bungee cord. And I loop around. And it just kind of keeps it closed, but not really. Something we did early on, whenever converting this from a stable to a studio, was get a dedicated little electrical box in, so that everything can run straight to that and it keeps it a little bit separate from the house. And got some waterproof sockets put in. Which might be overkill, but it's nice. Because this building isn't built to be really solidly weatherproof, it's nice knowing there's a bit of extra protection for the electrics. And I have water right on the outside wall, which is incredibly handy. And this is the space. Everything's a mess, by the way. This is my tiny damp press, which is just one of those little plastic temporary greenhouses that you can buy. It was pretty cheap. It's lasted a few years. It's starting to show its age and it will not make the move, unfortunately. It's getting ripped, but it's been really, really handy. And over here I have a backup, very small, cheap electric wheel. And here is the main shelving space that I have. That goes right down to where my wheel is. I originally had the wheel facing the wall to try keep the mess contained, but I could not comfortably have the door behind me, behind my back. I had to move it. My entire reclaim is done to the left. Back corner is the slop buckets. To the right is a bucket with some dry, and I do all my reclaim in a tiny space. Then over here I have 2 desks. That's where I would glaze things and sit whenever I'm recording. And then I've got my plaster bat. And I have to move to keep showing you everything, because it is quite a small room. In that corner I've got the kiln. I think it's a 45 litre Nabertherm kiln, which has been fantastic. And it was directly wired into the wall, but I got that changed to an industrial socket so I can unplug it for the move. And because it's quite a small space, I can't be in here and the kiln's going, even with it vented out the window. It doesn't seem to work very well. And then the final wall is the little bit of storage. I've got all my kiln furniture right beside the kiln. That's just bits and bobs. And then my brush on glaze section, which is a little empty because I've got it all on the desk. And from this corner we can see under the table is where I keep all my glaze ingredients and my mixed batches of glaze and my glaze slop bucket. I really wish I'd had a chance to show you the studio when it was tidied and neat, and there just isn't time. This is the last opportunity to give you a quick look around. I think it's a really good use of space. Next time I would get some really solid shelves put in, shelves, and more storage space. Everything is just, I have to move things from one place to another to work on something and then move them back. I'm always juggling things around. The room is about, I think, 4.5 meters by 4.5 meters roughly. Definitely quite small. If I had the kiln in a different place, that would make a massive difference, but that's just not the way it is. And I love having so much light. 2 windows, and on a nice day I can have the door wide open. I really love that. And the piece is fantastic. What I'm not a fan of is it's a walk down the driveway from the house to get here. So if I'm out here late at night, it's the countryside, so it's really, really dark at night. So it's a dark walk back home again, and a bathroom is not super close. Also not a fan of the ceiling because it's corrugated metal and there's like black plastic sheeting under that. And I think because it's the countryside, mice get in. They don't get into the studio when I'm here, but I can hear them walking over the roof and it's really unnerving. But on the other side, there are tons of magpies live in the trees nearby and I can hear them land on the metal roof and walk around. I will miss this little studio. Oh, and I also put linoleum on the floor and as a bit of a splash area around the wheel, just so that I can make a mess. I think it was nice having that. I would choose nicer lino. And whenever I thought I was going to be here long term, I was going to close the ceiling in a little bit and put in a proper door. I don't think I need to have running water inside the studio because I have it on the external wall. It makes no difference to me. That's completely fine. And what else would I change? Again, because it's in the countryside, and it's in the countryside between fields. This is more fields than house adjacent. There are a lot of insects, and I'm not squeamish, but there are a massive number of spiders and woodlice, or I think in America they're called roly-polies, maybe. They're everywhere, everywhere. If I have a damp cloth sitting on a table and I lift it, there'll be woodlice the next day, later that same day. They're often on the walls, walking around. This is insect heavy, and I'm here regularly, and I know it's a mess at the minute, but I do normally make an effort to tidy up whenever I can. But I can see a spider. It is instantly populated by insects. And if I open the window, insects will fall in or fall out. Again, it's a good thing I'm not squeamish, so that doesn't actually put me off. But it would be nice to stop having to save spiders from the reclaim bucket. That would be a plus. I think in a perfect world, I'd have some sort of little like, you know those mini sheds, not sheds, garden storage units of hard plastic. They're about yay high and maybe about that deep or long. That would be great for things I don't need every day, like the glazed materials. And because I have too many hobbies, I have oil paint things and candle making supplies. I'd love to have the things that aren't used every day put away so I can take them out as needed. I do love having 2 desks. That gets used up surprisingly quickly, especially when glazing. But it's great to be able to sit here and work somewhere and set things to the side. I really love the 2 desks. And I would make a dedicated plaster bat table that would be built to the right height for me. This is a little bit high. That was temporary, and temporary sometimes becomes permanent far too easily. And I think that's it for the inside. It's pretty dark outside. I ran out to get the last of the light after packing lots of boxes. I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the outside because the field is wonderful and there are lots of trees that I planted that I'll miss seeing grow. And yeah, I will forever be grateful to my first little home studio. My next studio is, I'm moving into a suburban house back in a city, I guess urban. And there's an attached garage. I'm not sure if it's smaller. It might be smaller. It might be bigger, but not by much. But it will be right next to the house. I don't think it will be as insect heavy, and it might even be warmer because it's connected to the house and to next door. That's one other plus of being in the countryside. Whenever I'm not recording, I sing my heart out, and I can have the windows open and the doors open, and horses will hear me, and that's it, and I don't care. I'll need to rein myself in a little bit. But yeah, goodbye to my first studio. I did my last glaze firing, and I didn't realize it was my last glaze firing because it's moving has suddenly come upon me. But we'll show you outside really quick, and yeah, there might be a slight delay in more videos after this one while I get my new studio set up, but I will show it off to you if it's nice enough to show it off. That's my little studio. And there's not normally a skip there. Those are the horses. They're pretty good company, but they like to snort in the dark when I'm walking past. There's a cozy little spot in there. And yeah, the other side of the studio walls where I do my home composting. Where I did my home composting. And then polytunnel, where I grew as much of our veg as I could. And there were some lovely vegetable beds over in the far side. And then up this little trail. Oh, I'm sorry for the camera shakes. I normally don't do action shots. The trees, the tall trees I'm not talking about, but all those trees up to the top of the frame, they're all native trees that I planted when I moved here. They're all taller than me. And then we've got lots of willow, cherry and apple. I thought I'd grow a little forest and have a bench in that clearing in the middle and just look out into the peace in the countryside. I hope the birdsong is coming through. those lights where the lights are where I'm normally working away. I didn't realise how much of a beacon I was, but there's not really anyone to see me. And that's the last thing I have to say in my old studio. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've watched to the end, I really appreciate if you subscribe if you hadn't, and have a great day. Thanks, bye.